Okay, let's go. Hello. Welcome to another session. Okay, so 今天我们来做一个sweet spot 60 minutes of sweet spot. So 60分钟，其中有20分钟3次。So we have 3 parts. So 1, 2, 3 parts of 20 minutes. So okay, let's go. Start.
真的住吧？
其实呢，我们在住的地方是暂时租的，就在新疆附近。
因为之前我是住不中，然后后来呢，我觉得就搬靠近我们新买的房子，然后就试一下环境。你想看我们拍 video 记录下来，然后孩子长大了就可以看到，住了家，哎呦，以前婆婆我妈去拿家的时候，家很兴奋的，然后明明那是老了。他说：“哎呦，你看你以前叫我的时候这样可爱，哎呦。”哇，想看演的，那个我
真的。
Okay, continue.
准备走了。到了，耶！ Oh my god！ 我们要开门！好反的家，来！The moment。你以为装修家这么简单哦？要找 interior designer， 要申请 permit， 要找 contractor， 拉电、天花板、地板、厨房、电器、家电、洗衣机、好东西等等，可以让你慢慢把经过3个月之后，终于啦！
嗨，当当，我的家要开始装修了。对，其实2天前呢才开始，就是把电墙敲掉，然后就把它盖起来。然后接下来呢，我们会去建我们的 ID。装修，然后我们的厨房要怎么去弄，我们都要一一的写出来。哇，很紧张，很紧张。本来这里有一幅墙，然后里面是房间，需要把它敲掉所以我的客厅就变得很大。客厅进来，这里就做成一个饭厅，然后这里是厨房 ，dry kitchen，wet kitchen。这位就是我们的 contractor， 耶！谁要把我们的家装修就靠你了。我现在来到了 One U， 我要去找 ID， 我们来讨论家要如何设计。嗨，可以。
你要拍迷你一下。
嗨，迷你，可以。哇，你看，好专业有图，而且还把我们的车都放进去里面。 所以你们 render 这个 3D 图要用多久时间
？1个月，用了1个月时间，用12个月到1月之间，我们有在改，有在调了，
其实还要经过多次的讨论才能达到完美的效果。
现在我的 ID 们都在和安个 contractor 讨论要怎么去装修我的家，真的是放下那个心中的大石了。因为我自己本身是不太会这些东西，然后如果要我去装修一间家，我可能会乱七八糟啊，所以呢，就真的是需要他们了。
希望到时候这间家会是给你的观众一种哇！
这里原本有一个窗的，我打掉了，哇，就直接可以变 balcony。这个是我的厨房，然后这里是 dry kitchen， 然后后面这里就是 wet kitchen， 这里就一个门啊，现在已经把整个厨房扩建去后面了。我现在来到了 Unity Kitchen， 要去选我的厨房的那些 material， 去看看怎么样。因为 ID 呢跟我就讨论了一个我们理想的厨房，所以现在要进去跟他们讨论讨论。Let's go！ 这个也是一方面，为什么我选择 Unity， 因为它 Top 10 reasons professional in-house installer do care program， 然后有认证哦，这个可以防蟑螂的 anti-cockroach wall。再加上有5年的 care plan， 另外就是你装了之后呢，还有就是 after sales service， 就是有什么问题呢，你可以联络他们。当然家里面的话呢，最怕就是什么漏水，所以呢，他们有这个 aluminium car case。梦想的厨房。
你们可以打开他的 website， 或者是 follow 他们的 IG 和 Facebook。
OK， 我现在来到了看地砖的地方，为我的新家就是看哪一颗地砖比较适合。Let's go！ 这里真的好大，好多地砖，所以呢，我的客厅就打算弄成那个木的一层的感觉。哇，我来到了 Korean wallpaper。现在在弄piping， 哇哦，重新。现在是拉电的时候。今天呢，好多人来我的新家，因为大家都在讨论地板啊、地砖啊，然后再讨论那个门啊，要什么门啊，然后大家都来量尺寸，然后就跟 ID 在那边讨论。所以现在呢，我就来看看什么状况。嗨，安哥，会难吗？说话有遇到什么问题吗？
没有遇到什么问题。
走掉了。
小时候的偶像。
惨哦，有这么老了哦。Oh my god！ 我们现在讨论我们的这个 balcony 的 sliding door。真的，太大工程了。
今天很多人来，好像打仗一样。
真的，你看上面的车，很多。一定帮我选。
因为这太白了，这个像 A4 paper 一样，房间框框，然后是玻璃。
今天砖块也到了，哇！ 其实装修家真的非常头痛，因为你顾及的东西真的要很多。因为一开始我装修家的时候，我真的以为是放下地砖啊、拉电啊、灯啊、装出啊就好了。其实不是，你要 check 很多的首尾，像是做好，比如说这些啊，拉电拉对不对啊？然后现在天比较暗了啦，然后这些啊，他们有没有做好啊、补好啊，这些一些零零碎碎的东西。所以其实要顾及的还蛮多的，而且你每一个那个灯啊这些啊，你都要自己亲自去看，亲自去找。现在也遇到一些漏水的小问题，所以整间家都要好好的去 check。OK， 现在把设施钉这些都还没有做好，然后还有我们这个大门这里的，我会换一个 security door 嘛。所以还是乱七八糟的，已经进行了2个月多的装修，好，期待。
Because we've been indoors for the last few days, I thought I would test out a new camera angle. You guys are currently outside. It's a little bit chilly in here, but I guess summer is on the way, and it won't be a problem as time goes on. Now, we've been hanging out indoors for the last week or so. Obviously, I've had time to edit and schedule, so I've been putting out the Bike Fit Tuesdays videos, and I really hope you enjoy them. There's a few of those that we filmed on the same day still to be released, including something fairly relevant at the moment, which is transferring your bike position from your outdoor bike to your turbo bike or Zwift bike. So that should be a good one. I just need to get around to editing it. Our government last night finally released a statement saying we are on a proper lockdown, so no non-essential travel, non-essential shops are now closed. We're still allowed to leave the house for exercise, which is a massive plus. That includes cycling. They didn't specify how long you're allowed to ride for, which is a good thing for most of us, I think. Only solo rides though, no group riding, all with people that you live with already. So myself and Daisy today are going to go for a ride out, see how things are. Hopefully the roads are nice and quiet, and obviously we won't be taking any unnecessary risks. Personally, I'm really happy that they made that decision. In the long term, keeping people healthy is a very important thing. One downside to this setup, can you hear like the planes outside and stuff? Bit annoying. They've said it's going to be a minimum of 3 weeks under these rules. So all we can do is do our best, stick to them as well as possible, minimise those trips to the shops and look after each other as much as we possibly can. I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who's watching these videos during this period. It helps me out massively in a time of financial uncertainty, especially for freelancers. Without me saying anything, I know a few of you who've hopped onto Patreon and supported me on there, so really, really thank you for that. I'm going to do my best to keep making interesting content. I even dusted off my my turbo. Lucky the weather's nice at the moment, eh? Anyway, time to get sorted. Time for a bike ride. So, a great day for it. Me and Daisy aren't doing anything too crazy. I think it's sensible to keep your rides fairly short, considering everything that's going on. Last thing you want is stuck out miles away from your house with a mechanical or a puncture or something like that, and ending up having to get help from someone else, leading to contact. I'm not sure why I've chosen to film while climbing up a hill. It's never a good choice, and I never learn. Now, it really is a ghost town out today. The whole way out to the country lanes, which is usually rammed with cars, we saw about 5. So I guess it's a positive that people are now listening. I know that police have now got power to disperse people who are in groups, whether that be cyclists or just pedestrians. But one thing's for sure, it makes some nice riding conditions out here for us. I think it's finally starting to hit home to people how serious this whole situation is. It's just a bit of a shame that it's taken this long. I mean, only 2 days ago there were people at a farmer's market in the middle of London. Don't get it. This really does affect everybody. So it's in everyone's interest to chip in and help as much as they can. Pull! Pull. So I have to admit, I have no idea where we are. We nicked this route off the Giro website, what Daisy did, and we're just following it. I think we're near a place called Pease Lake, which is pretty popular for mountain biking. We're going to do a loop round, hit Winterfold, and then probably fastest route back. Still barely any traffic. Lovely day.
Do you have a gel bar?
You can have a gel if you want. Pease Lake's for mountain biking, isn't it? I guess it's these trails here. I could take my bike. Look, my bike's ready for it. I know, we put road tyres on yours so we can't use it.
That sign just said 20%.
Yeah, it said 21% actually. So this road is Bar Hatch Lane. I don't know if I've ever ridden it before, but some of you Surrey guys will know it. Daisy. 20% downhill. Oh no, it is uphill.
Oh my god.
Alright, yeah, I was right. Hardest climb in Surrey.
Oh my god.
That's what I was talking about the other day.
If I hadn't have had my e-bike, there's no fucking way I could have done that. But that's fucking hard.
Yeah, hardest one here.
Oh my god.
Hardest climb of the day done. That's 20% for a long time. Like, it just keeps going. I remember the first time I did that climb was on a Kingston Wheelers ride. It was a route called the Legs of Steel route, which I think might be a organised event as well. And it was like 80 miles or something. And I remember on the way home, I bonked pretty hard. Savage.
All I'm going to say is I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, you did very well.
I
It's
haven't
brutal.
even cried yet on this trip. My fit's helped quite a lot.
Yeah, you feeling better?
Yeah, I think I definitely need to like get off the saddle a lot more in terms of just having a stretch.
Yeah, for
Helps
sure.
a lot.
You can do it on the bike a bit, but you have to get used to riding longer miles.
There's a lot of cars out.
Yeah, I mean that guy's a tyre fixing guy, so
I
maybe something with
guess
a
if
puncher.
you live here, you're probably assuming that people aren't going to catch you out and be like, hey, you shouldn't be mixing.
Yeah, I guess so.
But you definitely shouldn't be still. But I guess where we are is central of London, so
Yeah.
we're,
It's quieter. It's crazy, isn't it? They've got to drive to the shops as well.
yeah.
They can't walk there. So a couple of small obstacles, but should be easy from here. I think it's pretty much all downhill as well. Don't know what they're doing to the road here. Putting some metal down. About 50 minutes back. It's been sunny all day. Am I going to have some weird knee warmer tan? Like, what's it going to look like? Oh, gotta be honest. I'm feeling it now. So everyone pointed out in my video last week how much rubbish there was on this road. It wasn't us though, it was a bunch of travellers who came and sat in that field in their caravans and left it all there. Dark tunnel, can't see. They also left behind some horses and now they're just sort of tied up with rope there and I guess they'll just live out the rest of their days. Someone's bringing in food.
The motor's like, ooh.
Are you running out? Running out of juice? I'm gonna go to the shops dressed like a genie.
I'm just thinking, I imagine at this point in time, it's probably acceptable for me to go to the shops looking like this.
It's always acceptable to go to the shops looking like that. I think it looks quite good. No? One thing we've been trying to do is support our local convenience store instead of big chain supermarkets at the moment. So that's where we're going to be heading in a minute and try and find some green goodness.
And sweet and chocolate.
Yeah, and sweets and chocolate. Self-isolation calls for eating as much green as possible, so green slop on toast. I'm actually more doing this to counteract the pizza that I've been eating. Takeaways are safer than going to the shop. It's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make. Joking aside, we're actually very lucky to live where we do. Today's ride was fantastic exercise for us, so we're doing it totally within the guidelines. But I understand that it can be quite difficult for people who are living in central London to actually be able to ride outside without coming into contact with other people. It's very quick for us to get onto country lanes, and I think we only hit about 2 sets of traffic lights for the whole ride today. We saw a few cars and other cyclists out, didn't have to interact with anybody whatsoever, so I think mission accomplished. The route was fairly safe. Obviously there was a bit of a risk, as there is with anything, but in terms of getting your one session of exercise, I think it's a pretty decent way to do it. It's going to be a tough few weeks under these rules, so it's incredibly important keeping this healthy as well as your body. I'm going to crack on and do some editing for the rest of today. As I said this morning, I've got a few more episodes of Bike Fit Tuesdays coming up, so stay tuned for them. Really hope you enjoy them. And if you have any questions relating to Bike Fit, maybe put them in the comments below. I figure with James and the power of the internet, we can probably figure out a way to collaborate and answer some of those questions through Skype. You know, some sort of special edition Bike Fit Tuesdays over the internet. Run out. So how have you been getting through the lockdown? What have you been doing
Well,
today?
the lockdown's only been in place 1 day,
Yeah.
but I've been doing lots of cross stitch. I find it quite therapeutic, keeps my mind occupied. Like this, I've been doing this for like 3 days now, and I can just shut off and not think about anything and just do it, and then have this really cool piece of art, or you can give it to other people. I'm going to make a few. I've already made one for my mum.
Give that to her.
No, I think it's good to like get your mind off of the news and stuff, because every time you go on your phone, it's just like, oh, there's all these theories of stuff going on.
I get sucked into it and then I scroll for 3 hours.
You're like not sleeping because you're just reading all about it.
Yeah, it's just fascinating though, isn't it?
I know, but
Sad
then it's
but
also
fascinating.
just not. It's not really healthy, is it?
No.
Yeah, I'm not going to be at work now till the government says that we can open. Jordan tried doing takeaway for the first day when the first lockdown happened, and then because we have like a big outside area, cyclists were gathering together, we had to then say, okay, we're going to close, which was a really hard decision to make, but I think just the community that we serve, it just doesn't really work for people that are getting a coffee and leaving, because people were still cycling, and obviously you can't ride down the road with a takeaway coffee. Me, Jordan and Jamie are all trying to think of ways that we can still help other people, so I'm going to probably start doing some posts about micro stitching, and I've been doing loads of baking whilst I've been at home, which we did the other day, and Jordan and Jamie are still going to be working on all of the online stuff, so they're going to be doing Zwift meetups and coffee. Yeah, you can buy the coffee on the website.
Danny's still fixing bikes.
Danny's still fixing bikes for now. I think that's kind of up to his discretion to do. And you can still go buy all the clothing and all that sort of stuff. So Jordan and Jamie went today to go give all of our leftover cafe food to a food bank, the local food bank.
Awesome. If you want to support Giro Cafe, links is down below.
Actually going to leave the link.
I'll try and remember, yeah.
If anyone wants to buy a cross-stitch piece, it's only £50 for one of these.
Wait,
Yeah.
people will actually do that.
Yeah, I know. So buy one.
Hello，我是弟妹。
阿弟，
我是 Julia 吴卓源，
今天我们来挑战 YouTube 流量排行最高的情歌。
情歌
好了，哎，我们今天哥哥，
是
今天是谁啊？
今天那个弟妹，今天我们邀请到的来宾是，
今天呢，我们真的是邀请到一个我一直都很想要见的人，
是
真的就是 Julia，
但我们都一直都没有
真的，
见到。
我们就是以前一直在不同场合的可能活动表演，都会非常远距离的知道对
就是
方在哪里。
他在台上，你在台下，
对，
然后就看他，然后你传私讯骚扰他，然后他刚好翻牌，然后看到他说这人是屁，我好烦哦，都要翻
他
牌。
很常翻我牌，所以我很开心。
常常看到弟妹就是会 tag 我，
嗯，对对对。
我就说 Oh my God 你也在，然后但是我就没有办法
对
看到。
对，所以今天终于 face to face。
Yes
对。
但我必须要讲，其实我也有过这样子的一个经历，就是他在台上，我
什么时候？
熊仔感冒很严重那次，
演唱会
很多次。
好 ，OK， 好，我们今天要讲一下哦，就是因为 Julia 特别来啊，我们是灵魂系的歌手，实力相当的强，
是的。
但是呢，我又觉得说我们今天的范围又有一点偏简单，我们今天是YouTube 排名哦前10名最高流量的，不是情歌，是悲伤情歌，是比较那种 sad song， 所以我今天想要做一个小小的规则的调整。
好
OK，
就是呢，我们一样1分是歌名，1分是歌手，但是呢，待会的这10首我全部都只会弹前奏，还有一个第3分的 bonus 是，如果你唱得出来歌词的话，就会再拿1分。直接唱哦，我的前奏弹完之后，直接接进去的那段主歌，你唱得出来歌词的话，会再有1分。
歌词应该会给他，因为我是忘词，常常我自己的歌词都不
但是前奏很难哎，因为大部分大家记歌都是记副歌啊。
对，我想说，就是既然这个都来了嘛，对不对？我们就加一段挑战这样子。那待会呢，我们就不做轮流了，直接抢答。
直接抢答吗？
你听前奏，听出来这是哪一首歌，抢答，然后直接唱出来接下来一段，或者是你如果不会唱的话，至少你要讲他的这个歌名跟
OK。
好，那我就开始喽。
哎呦喂，
哎呦啊，好紧张啊！
I know，
好，
我知道。对啊，那个 I know Sam Smith，I'm not the only one。Yeah。歌词哦。 唱那个副歌。You say I'm crazy, 'cause you don't think I know what you done. But when you call me baby, I know I'm not the only one.
好，我们今天获胜的是茱莉亚。距离真的是有差，
真的，
因为以前是
那个爆发力，
待会要唱吗？
那个我应该只猜歌名跟演唱者就好。
一定要。
那接下来下一个，
这个很熟哎。
完了，我不会唱。
可以。
小姐，你什么都没有，你一个字都没有出来，小姐。
我这
你唱副歌，你唱副歌。
Like you, I wish nothing but darkness for you to don't forget me. Now I remember you said that I'm
OK， 我觉得有，可以，给过。
赞哦。
好赞！Someone like you,
Yes.
Adele.
All right， 3分拿。
耶！
可以。All right。
My face is burning.
是不是很紧张？
真的
我刚刚也，我手都冰了，我手已经冰了。
真的。
我现在脸也是。
不要这个，还是什么？自己很刺激
然
哎。
后自己的很热。
好，下一首，直接进来了。好，来。
这首，居然会吗？
我现在还在放空中。
这首我在行。
很熟，可是你先来。
Heart beats fast, colors and promises. How to be brave? How can I fall in love?
会弹错。
Watching you stand out.
我觉得有啦，就是
我好像觉得这歌词我有点好像搞混了。
这首他以前考
对，
哦，
这首其实是我第一次在 YouTube 上唱歌，
对，
我就是唱这一首
哎
《1000 Years》，然后是 Christina Perry
演
演唱者。
对，
哇，这首有点太久了，
有啊，对，我刚刚忘记讲，刚刚第一首它的总播放量是12亿，然后刚刚第二首是14亿，然后1000 Years 是15亿。好，所以我们接下来要到的是第4首，也就是整个排名榜的第6名。
那个，我叫的 Rolling the Deep。
哎，看他你唱副歌好了，唱副歌。
Rolling in the deep, you have my heart inside your hands, but you played it to the beat. Oh yeah.
真的是很灵魂歌手的那个，你知道？
我觉得最好笑的是你刚刚在跟着他副歌唱的时候，然后一个小朋友在跟着唱歌，
有点 call and response， 真的很好。
有默契。
有
OK，
大一唱嘛，
大一唱。好 ，OK， 3分。
哇
哎，大家真的对歌词都很熟，但是的确这些都是要播放到烂掉的歌。
对，真的。大家知道那首歌是播放量多少？
播放量16亿，所以现在是总播放量第5名。
第5名。
对，所以我觉得也算是排榜，大家可以了解一下美国人跟全球的一个听音乐的口味。
好。
好。
好耳熟啊。
哦。
I know right for you. You can tell me if I'm wrong, but I see it tell me he's the one that you want。好难。
有，我觉得有，哎，歌名歌手。
那个小鲜肉。
小鲜肉，对，小鲜肉，没错，小鲜肉。
啊 ，Shawn Mendes。对 ，Shawn Mendes 的 Treat You Better。
Yes。刚这首歌 Treat You Better 18亿的播放次数。好，那接下来往下喽。
那一位，
哦，
可是这谁？是那种副歌很熟悉，
对
忘记是 Rihanna。
对
Love the way， Love the
对
way。
对。
哦，有个那个 Eminem。
对 Eminem
上来这。
来这。
Just gonna stand there and watch me burn. That's okay, 'cause I love the way you what?
You lie, love the way you lie.
Stand there and watch me burn.
Watch me something.
The way you lie.
Love the way you lie。OK， 有 get 到，很棒哦。这个是总播放量第5名中间的19亿。
可是这首歌好。
这首歌很久
对，
了，对。
累积了很多时间。
累积了很多时间。
好，
我们现在进入到前4名了。
OK。
好，这首歌呢，它播放次数已经破20亿了，它23亿的播放次数。
我已经不懂这个数字。
后面大家是一定都听过的歌。
OK。
好。
Oh. We don't talk anymore like we used to do. We don't love anymore. What was all of it for? We don't love anymore like we used to do. OK， 好了，我们的 CP， 好不好？我们 CP， 我们是 JC， 对 Charlie Puth 的 We Don't Talk Anymore。
对。
可以，得分。
That's it。
这首歌弟妹她设为铃声好久。
Right, it still is。
真的吗？
对，到现在为止都还是我的。
难怪你刚反应超快。
现在是前3名，这个第3名它播放次数26.2亿。
这首又是 Adele。
对。
Hello。对吧？
哦，有，不要当副歌了。
Hello from the outside. I must have called 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for everything I've done.
I don't know. I just wanna call you a few more times.
你们怎么后面聊天了？我要唱歌吗？2个聊什么天啊？有。大家看哦，Ciao在悲伤情歌10名里面有3名是他的，对啊，现在是平手状况哦。那接下来第2首呢？这首歌我很惊讶，它在这里，对，我不知道它有这么流量这么高，它的流量是26.3亿。哇 ，OK。
那一位啦。Let her go 吗？
对。
可是等一下副歌怎么唱来着？
Lover when you let her go.
对。OK， 等一下，刚刚弟妹应该唱的比较多歌词。
Yeah， 歌词
是你，
哦，这么好。
歌名是你，
歌名，
但是歌手是谁？你是先抢的，所以你可以，你知道歌手吗？
你可以先猜。
Passenger。
Right, Passenger。
我记得这时候那首歌出来的时候，什么澳洲的那个 supermarket， 然后买菜的地方都在播。
真的吗
？Yeah, so it was like。
我自己很喜欢这首歌，我以前还设计为这个好像有写过分析的文章，但是我不知道它这么 红，不知道它这么热门，我一直以为它是一个很冷门的歌曲，直到做今天这一期发现，它居然是全球第2名，
第二名
，26.3亿的播放次数。哎，我们刚刚有跟Julia讲的是，Julia，如果你输的话是不能宣传，对不对？我们这个
我不知道这件事情，我们
最后一首先预告。它的那个流量啊，海放所有其他人，它流量44亿，史上最高的悲伤的一个歌曲，这样。
OK，
好。
演唱者是
Charlie Puth，
那个 See You Again。等一下，我要上诉。
好，上诉。
我要上诉。Wiz Khalifa。
有，好，这两个都得分，这两个都得分。好，
Wiz Khalifa。
差点，要不要唱一下？
好。
Without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. It's been a long day, something, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. Oh.
对之类的，17
13加2
15，好，最后比数17比15。OK， 哇！我觉得到这一集啊，特别设计就是为了让居然可以唱歌，
对，
是不是很聪明？为大家谋福利，好不好？用心。
你没有跟我讲，因为我刚刚都一直跟着唱，都没有单独听到 Julia 的歌声。
没差。
好，最后因为 Julia 小赢2分，
没错，
小赢。那我们最后让 Julia 来宣传一下。噔噔，
我的新专辑《5 AM》，但它不是重点啊，它还好啦，就大家听听就 OK。重点是5:30是我的演唱会的名称，然后因为是5:30，就是在5月30号。演唱会的名称叫做5:30，然后专辑叫做5 AM， 所以就是一连串的5。对
，5 AM 是说你早上5点起床，
就是早上5点还没有睡。
哦，还没有睡，然后把那些翻过来。大家有机会的话可以去听一下 Julia 的演唱会哦。
好，那因为就是大家知道我们这个猜歌系列最后有个小传统，就是要给我们小 D 一个特别的题目，
一个互动，
对，一个 bonus 的题目让你们猜。
对，
那今天呢，我们难得要请 Julia 来，
对，
就是让他秀一波，
亲自弹钢琴，弹他的歌，其中一首，大家在留言区如果猜对的话，演唱会票直接送给你。
OK。认真做过一装扮，满足谁心中的期待，最怕我的像样板。我就是自命不凡，在世上无可取代。我相信我不孤单，不是什么单都买。我先罢了，别意外，别拿我跟谁比赛。I'm alright， 后面的歌词。
没关系，我就到这边可以了，因为你要让大家猜。刚刚前面这段哦，大家就是在留言区知道是你真的很容易忘词。
我很容易就是突然放空。对。
OK， 好，大家如果知道是Julia哪一首歌曲的话呢，把它留在留言区里面。
然后呢，我们真的很开心，今天Julia跟我们一起来玩游戏，
耶，me too，
精彩。
终于见到本人了。那今天这支影片猜歌就是差不多到这边结束。那如果喜欢的话呢，可以订阅我的频道，开启小铃铛，才不会漏到任何一集哦。
Yes, please turn on your notifications. Leave a comment down below and tell us what you like. Give us a thumbs up. And we'll see you next week.
哇，
下期见。
Natural， 不要太强了，拜拜。对啊，有做过 YouTuber 的。后面这一串魔语念的有够溜，
我很怕就是大家会觉得会不会 too much？
不会，我觉得他不会很精致。
这是 like the most basic ending of a YouTube。
真的，所有元素都在里面。
Cool，
nice。
嗨，大家好，我係阿盧啊！我今日咧就想同大家分享呢一本書，就叫做史丹福大學心理學講義人生順利的簡單法則。唔知有冇人認得呢一個作者咧？佢係叫做 Kelly McGonigal 啦。佢咧就係一個好出名嘅 TED Talks 啦，就係講咧如何成為佢有個 TED Talk 好出名嘅，就係講咧點樣可以同壓力做朋友。佢真係佢顛覆咗我對壓力嘅一個諗法嘅。佢講出嚟就壓力係可以令到我哋身體係更加健康嘅。睇完呢本書，我先知原來嗰個作者就係呢本書嘅作者咯。但係佢其中入邊咧有好多其他嘅內容咧，我都係覺得好值得分享，所以就佢今日介紹呢一本書啊。咁呢本書咧其實就分咗有25個 lesson 啦，例如喺職場上啦，點樣可以同同事相處得和諧啲啦，跟住仲有一啲咧係關於可能壓力啦。同一啲領導能力嘅問題啦，都係喺呢本書有提及到嘅。咁今日咧就揀一啲我自己覺得幾有趣嘅同大家分享啦。咁其中咧有一個咧我覺得好新鮮嘅，就係關於衣着嘅問題啦。咁就係話咧，如果我哋咧打扮得咧越靚嘅，即係唔係越靚嘅，即係打扮得越端正嘅話咧，人哋咧係會對我哋咧產生更加多嘅信賴啦，同埋覺得我哋會更加 professional 嘅咯。
我唔認同喎。
係，阿聰。點解咧？
我覺得衣着未必係每一行都適用嘅，即係有啲工種可能係佢冇衣着咧，即係人哋先會對佢信賴咯，個效率先會好啲咯。
所以係咯，佢意思係唔同嘅衣着都係會影響我哋人哋對我哋嘅工作嘅認知嘅。
但係佢冇衣着喎。冇
衣着即係 A.V.
No， 黑 A.V. 咩啊？咩 A.V. 啊？
你想講乜嘢啊？
咩啊？唔明喎。即係例如救生員啊咁樣啦，即係如果着咗西裝咁樣，可能會影響佢游水嘅時候啊，啲水嘅阻力啊，會令佢游得慢咗咁樣，我覺得係啊。我覺得你真係好叻啊！竟然學到啲，所以呢本書係咪真係有錯誤啊？你想講？都唔係，我覺得佢適用喺某啲情況啦，有啲情況未必啱用，即係好似科哥咁樣，就算佢着到西裝啊咁樣啊，佢都係一般禽獸啦，我覺得係啊，所以未必係所有人都適用咯。即係科哥唔着衫就係禽獸，着咗衫佢就係一般禽獸，係啦。所以佢咧係講緊其他嘅職業啦，咁佢講緊嘅係一啲專業人士啦，類似醫生可能着出件袍嘅時候，你都會覺得佢專業啲啦，係咪先？都係睇醫生啊、律師嗰啲都係咯。有啲醫生我見都唔着衫嘅。邊有啊？係啊，日本啲女醫生咧有時會唔着衫嘅，但係好專業嘅，我見佢哋嗰啲嘢度。不過你唔好理我啦，喂，繼續講啊！我想聽你，我想學下嘢啊。with 阿盧咁樣，我哋想學下嘢，跟阿盧學下嘢。OK，仲有一個咧，我覺得好值得分享嘅就係佢呢間學校咧，即係 Stanford 咧一個好特別嘅一個心態啊，即係關於學習上嘅，就係叫做成長心態同埋定型心態。你知唔知兩個分別係咩？你真係聽個名。成長心態同埋定型心態。冇錯。成長就係我諗係講緊一個人會不停學習啊，不停成長。定型係咪就係即係可能遮完頭，跟住拍啲定型嗰啲？就係佢係講咧，我覺得呢個係好值得要俾人分享咯。就係咧，我有好多朋友，我唔知你有冇呢啲朋友，就係覺得我做啲乜？冇朋友。我係你朋友嚟㗎。我當你係老師㗎啦。OK。即係有啲 friend 咧會覺得，喂佢咁叻，佢梗係做咩都咁叻㗎啦。我係咁㗎啦，個人就係咁㗎啦。咁呢個就係定型心態，就係覺得我自己有嘅才能啦、智商啦、所有嘢咧，就已經跨越咗我而家呢個狀態咯。呢個就係我哋好多人即係啲固定嘅心態，就係我冇可能有啲咩大突破㗎啦咁嘅意思咯。咁我成長心態就係唔係咁諗嘅，佢係覺得自己雖然我而家未做到，但係我只要去挑戰下去嘗試咧，我可能會有成長，即係我會係唔會怕失敗咯。佢其中一個好正嘅一句話咧，就係話點樣你會係成功嘅秘訣係咩咧？就係唔厭惡失敗咯。所以就係我絕對認同，我都覺得即係呢樣嘢我喺博哥身上我睇到好多，即係博哥佢成日追女仔咧，佢都唔怕失敗，咁佢成日叫出嚟啫，你做乜嘢啫？唔係啊，我喺你身上我見到，即係博哥成日都要撩女仔啊，成日都抄女仔牌，咁啊不停去，佢唔怕失敗嘅，咁佢都成長嘅，即係佢係一個人咧，咁啊成長到一隻狼。色狼咁樣係啦，即係個個都係成長心態。係啊，我覺得呢個都好啱啊！即係好似好多男仔咧都冇一面皮噶嘛，即係就係我試一次我追唔到我算啦，即係覺得我自己真係唔靚仔，溝唔到噶啦。但係博哥真係你睇得好啱，佢係不怕失敗嘅。真係唔驚啊博哥！但係博哥，我覺得依家就去咗定型心態啦，即係大家都定型咗佢係色狼，係啊，所以博哥都冇得再成長。咁你覺得自己係咩心態咧？我覺得我都係成長心態嘅，即係其實即係我哋認真啦。你係咪又係屢戰不敗溝女？我唔係溝女，我多數都成功。 嗱，我定咗型㗎啦，即係我覺得我就係
成功㗎啦。
成功㗎啦。唔係，即係其實我呢一年我都即係呢一兩年咧，我都不停嘗試好多新嘢嘛。我見即係不停我會試好多可能唱歌啊，跟住打摔角啊咁樣。即係每個人都有佢自己嘅強項㗎嘛。其實你有時你未必會知自己厲害嘅地方係咩度，即係你可能覺得一字好渣啊，好咩都唔叻嘅時候，可能你未揾到一樣適合自己做嘅嘢咯。即係好似我以前啦，我讀書唔叻㗎嘛，嗰陣時我阿媽就日都鬧我喎，啲老師又好似針對我，咁大家都話你冇用㗎啦，你讀書讀到咁樣，你第時都係乞食嗰啲啦。咁嗰刻我係覺得自己其實可能真係，因為
同埋呢個就係人哋可能會令到我哋變咗做定型心態咯，佢搞到我哋變得好差咯。
係啦，咁嘅後尾係有機會接觸到魔術之後，跟住發現可能我玩一樣嘢叫天分喎，跟住再慢慢接觸到拍片啊、其他嘢啊，先發現原來我做呢啲嘢，即係我唔講話好勁，但係未去到要乞食咁嘅狀態咯。即係我覺得其實我
你乞食快歌，
唔係即係咁講啊！我原來係咩都要嘗試多啲先會揾到自己長處咯，係咯。
真係淨係呢一本書第一個 chapter 就已經好值得睇咯。
所以我覺得 Coco 咧，你雖然追女仔成日失敗，你可以試下轉型啊，追啲婆婆或者追啲男仔。
我而家轉型俾女仔追。
哦，咁都準備失敗啦！你就係呢個失敗埋之後，你就試下追下婆婆。
失敗要有女仔追過我唔得先至要失敗噶嘛，而家冇噶嘛，所以我係不敗。
都係啦，你可以。咁你準備就單身啦，一輩子。好多以前大家覺得係缺點嘅嘢咧，都可能會成為你嘅
優點長處，或者揾到飯食。
係啦，打機我話以前啲人屋企人你講打機冇噶嘛，依家幾多個電競選手啊，揾到攞錢啊，真係其實要試多啲咯。
同埋最重要都真係人哋講完話你唔得，你都千祈唔好信，你真係唔得咯。
係啦，
呢個真係要自己去做咯。我仲知咧，發覺係我哋公司咧係個個都好尊敬嘅同事嚟嘅。其中一個咧，即係講緊職場上咧，點樣可以令到人即係對你有信賴啦，同埋會尊敬你多啲咧，就係閒聊啊。即係你可以同嗰人哋交流到嘅話，你對方會對你有信任啦，同埋會覺得你好尊敬你嘅咯。
即係睇翻你有咩可能，你同人哋傾得多偈咁，其實人哋同你 friend 咗，其實咪自然同你會親密啲咯。但係係咪一定去到尊敬？我覺得未必啊嘛。
未必，但係佢會對你信賴度高咗咯。
我都係嘅，咁你
即係如果你職場上咧，真係你覺得自己同人際關係唔夠嘅，即係嘗試下同你啲同事傾下偈，我覺得真係應該一定有效咯。
有啊，我之前嗰份工我都係咁樣噶，我都係覺得唔係咁好，我就周圍同人傾偈咯。
但係有冇人同你傾？因為唔係，但係有一種咧會你又唔中意就係
我傾啊，傾到簽安令我就
好啊。
但我認同嘅，我認同嘅，即係點講啊？即係等於你要同，譬如你入到間新嘅公司啊，一個新嘅環境，你都要睇下點樣同人哋 friend 啲啊、close 啲啊，打破嗰個隔膜咁樣去同。
所以佢入邊其實有講3個點，即係類似點樣可以同人傾偈咯。
點樣？
類似你要聽人哋講嘢，即係其實咧點樣會令到對方對你有信賴，就係佢覺得你有聽到佢講嘅嘢，你認唔認同？我覺得呢個好啱咯。即係如果同我哋講完嗰個講完佢，哦係啊。
如果對方覺得你狼嘅，佢都唔會信賴你啊嘛。即係你講完嘢我聽唔到你嗰個，咁佢唔會信賴你咯。不過我認同嘅，即係你聆聽啊嘛。即係你可能覺得。
你意思就係你可能如果我今日同你，喂，發哥我今晚要去食飯啊，同邊個食飯？你下一次問翻我，上次食飯開唔開心啊？我就會覺得竟然係發哥會記得我嘅嘢，好感動啊！
但你會唔會我可能想溝你咧？嗰個變態佬，咦！我同佢講佢記咗心入邊，仲要問我食成點添？佢咪想追我咧？係咪驚我嗰餐飯點樣？
我唔會啊，但我會加分咯。我覺得呢個人好細心。
你琴晚沖涼點啊？琴晚？
我冇同你講過呢件事啊。
嗱我知啦，你唔覺得好勁啊？你唔覺得我更加細心咩？你冇講我知你琴晚沖咗涼。
OK，你好細心啊，發哥。
多謝。
但係
有冇加分？
冇。
OK。
OK。
瞓得好唔好啊？
瞓得幾好。
你好細心㗎。你就係錯誤嘅。
向發哥學習。
錯誤嘅示範，大家千祈唔好試。
不得了。再嚟，我之前咧一路以為咧喺背後講人一啲嘢咧，我係認為佢係一個八卦或者佢係一個唔好嘅人。
即係講壞話係好嘅。
係好嘅。
竟然。
咁你呢個出發點咧？佢話呢個出發點係我係想提醒你，即係類似有一個人同我講你真係唔好或者咩一啲咩性，但係我係真係好想提你，發哥我見到你同佢真係好 friend，但呢個背後咁樣話你，我真係睇唔過眼。所以我呢啲情況我真係好想同你講，喂，你唔好同佢咁 friend 啦，因為佢會點樣對你㗎，你唔好咁樣啦。呢個我真係批評緊佢㗎，但係我係為咗幫你咯。假設如果佢真係將呢個即係當做建議咁樣聽啦，然之後佢自己再去留意翻佢，佢就可能會發現咗新嘢。你覺得人越好會越俾人蝦？
都係。
我試過都有呢件事同朋友講過，我就覺得
你蝦嚟嗰個
係，我見到佢俾人蝦，我覺得可能我見到可能某啲人真係食住你啦，就因為睇到你好蝦，咁我就會睇一睇佢咯。
啱啊，日線俾人追啊嘛。
嗯，
係啊，
即係佢真係當嗰個係朋友，直接你喺佢面前話佢咪得咯，細個喺背後同我哋講完之後再話佢咩？你明唔明啊？
嗯，
你有冇試過講壞話咁？
我經常啊，我興趣嚟嘅，我喺人面前都講壞話嘅，同埋我雙重嘅，即係有時可能我好想講呢個人壞話，我未見到，我只能夠同其他人講住咯。等我見到嘅時候，我再喺面前講下壞話。
嗯，佢有冇講過壞話？
成日㗎，有錢又剩咁樣，又唔施捨下我呢個人。
妒忌啊！呢個係。
係啊。
喂，佢入邊又有講一 part 講妒忌喎，即係佢講妒忌咧，一嚟一定係一個唔好嘅 term 嚟噶嘛，但係佢將佢講到係其實係一件都係好事嚟嘅。
又係好事。
假設加充真係因為妒忌我又靚又有錢嗰啲咧，
妒忌有錢啫。係。
唔係佢意思咧，
我唔會妒忌個女仔靚㗎嘛。
佢妒忌咧係一樣等於我好想要嘅一樣嘢。點解會妒忌你咧？因為我冇嘛。
我明啊！我終於明，點解啲人成日笑我肥？原來佢想擁有我呢個肚腩啊！所以佢哋成日攻擊我。
應該係。
佢哋唔得㗎嘛！通常笑我肥嗰啲人都係瘦。
嗯。
哦。
終於明。
終於明。
你睇嚟之間幾多人中意肚腩？咁所以好似你妒忌完我啦。假設你將我嘅嗰啲優點，你唔中意嘅地方咧，當係你想要，你知道自己想要呢啲，你就會更加努力，可能錢啦，你就更加努力去揾錢咯。即係你妒忌完我，你
借錢得唔得？借錢好似易啲啊。係啊，咁我妒忌你有錢啊嘛，咁我問你借錢，咁你嘅錢又少咗，我嘅錢又多咗，咁最後
你有冇諗過借唔借俾你先？
又冇喎，你借唔借啊？
唔借。
哦，咁有嘅啦。但係咁妒忌好處係咩啊？
妒忌嘅好處就係激發你咯。好似我哋平時咪有每月之星嘅，可能真係有一個月係你同一個人爭，你竟然又輸咗俾一個人，你最少妒忌佢啊，又係佢點解唔係我㗎？但係你正常心態你係要恭喜佢啊！你恭喜你今個月攞到，咁你心底係雖然你妒忌佢，你會話佢再叻啲，我一定得嘅。咁而呢啲情況下，你咪雖然你妒忌佢，但係你係為咗幫自己成長咯。
但可能你要識得點樣去
控制咯。
係咯，將佢轉化成係純粹動力啊，定係會變咗可能有其他嘢咁樣，又可能會唔係咁好啊嘛。
係啊。咁
我妒忌你有錢，我可以點樣做咧？而家
其實我唔有錢，我家聰。世界上咁多人比我更加有錢啦。
你係我認識嘅人最有錢啦。
係，多謝咧。
咩？
六毫子啊！
姐都排。六毫子係排第三，多姐排第二，你係排第一嘅。
搞笑啊嘛！
係啊，
搞笑。
真係㗎。
係啊。
Jackie 冇 Jackie 嗰啲排第5嘅咋，咁我認同嘅都認同，但係可能真係要睇下點樣去轉變得好啲咁樣。
你會唔會覺得我講完呢本書，你會覺得有冇趣啊？你會唔會想睇啊？
會唔會想睇啊？會有睇條片得㗎啦，你都講晒出嚟啦。
未啊！我有25個 lessons 喎入邊，其實每一張都好睇嘅，但係真係講唔晒嘅。佢因為佢講話咧，係會令到你人生順利啲㗎嘛，人生順利法則啊嘛，即係佢中文改嘅咁樣啦。
你人生咁順利，仲睇呢啲，你好難堪㗎。
好，
不過可能因為我未睇，所以我冇你咁順利。可能你睇咗先咁順利㗎。
我好中意咧，我揾到背後嘅解釋㗎。你有冇係嗰啲嚟㗎？即係我好中意問點解，我揾到個原因出嚟咯。
我都會嘅間唔中。
啊，最後仲有一個。
即係我譬如我食完嘢埋單，跟住佢話48，我話點解？我都要。
有寫明幾錢㗎老細？
我都要問點解。但係我最近都睇咗本書，我想分享下俾你。
好啊好啊。
嗰本書咧叫《萬惡嘅金錢》。
萬惡嘅金錢。
拋棄金錢咧，令你成長。係，我覺得好有道理。即係依家咧，可能喺你成功道路去踏腳石咧，可能係你啲錢啊，好 Selina。即係我可以暫時幫你接收住先，即係等你成功咗之後，我再俾翻你。你點睇啊？
我覺得唔需要。我而家錢根本唔重要。
係唔重要啊，所以你俾我啊！你俾我啊！你俾我啦！我成分，我見你介紹本書，我就介紹一本《萬惡嘅金錢》俾你。金錢使你退步，金錢是阻礙你。
其實好多人都係揾咗錢之後先開始發現自己想做啲咩，你唔覺嘅咩？
咁得啦，你已經發現咗你唔需要錢啦。我咧就仲未揾到錢，我仲未知道想做啲咩，你可唔可以俾住啲錢我？
真係
知道咗我俾翻你啊！
好煩啊佢，幫佢啊同我。
所以今日分享咪就到呢度啦。
到呢度啦，你仲會想分享啊？
我就想分享萬惡嘅金錢啦，金錢使你退步。
所以你記住冇揾錢啊！你睇你金錢搞到你幾慘。
我唔想揾錢啊，我想攞錢。
所以你都唔得咯，錢一擺喺你身上，你搞到你更加唔得啦。
咁我擺喺戶口啦。
所以你唔應該有錢，你將你啲錢轉晒俾我先。
我都冇錢嗱。佢仲叫我轉錢俾佢，你睇呢啲咪貧者越貧，富者越富咯，你睇下。
你睇下呢個 video 搞到我哋變咗呃錢集團咯。我覺得即係大家有興趣咧，就買嚟睇下啦。仲有啲咩書想我哋分享咧，都繼續講啦。呢次有呢個嘉賓開心。
OK 係嘛？
咁拜拜啦，係嘛？
講拜拜啦，跟住我哋又暗機啦，我哋。
暗機？
係啊。
暗咩機啊？
你暗銀行暗接咯。
拜拜。 我哋下條片再見啦，
再見，拜拜。
拜拜。
We're Eamon and Beck, and this van has been our home for the past 3 years. After beginning 2020 with an incredible 2 months in Morocco, we felt ready to tackle our biggest project yet, driving around the world. But as it has for most, the coronavirus has changed everything in just a few short weeks.
I don't want to leave the van.
Hopefully we'll see it in a few months.
I know what you mean.
Another day, another day to educate yourself about the coronavirus.
2 confirmed cases of the COVID-19 virus.
Australia's cases are growing by the hour.
683 lives lost in Italy today alone.
We wake up most mornings, honestly, with like a whole new slew of information, and maybe that's because of the time difference or something, and things are happening while we're sleeping. But
Well,
it's
actually-
very intense when we wake up, isn't it?
A little bit, but actually, I think we wake up kind of feeling very grateful of our situation.
Oh, definitely.
And there's like an
That's for sure.
instinct of like, wow, this is amazing. We're at a beautiful, isolated beach. There's literally no one here. We couldn't be in a more productive place. And then you start getting online, and followers start messaging you.
And your mom messages you, and
Actually, my mom hasn't messaged us.
Yeah, that's what that article said. Yeah, I didn't realize that basically, if you already have it, you have less than 14 days to get home.
I guess my biggest concern at the moment is that all these flights are like fully canceled. Like for the next 30 days, there's nothing into Canada, right? And so if we don't act now, and it is like a resource thing here, like we've talked about, it's really confusing. I'm like, where are we going to go in Canada? I don't have a house.
Well, we're not letting fear overtake us. The food's good, my girls are good, and the peanut man is on his way.
He doesn't understand social distancing, so we have to remain away from him. Every day he comes back.
Sir,
and he's like,
sir,
go again.
take a step further. That's the only guy we've really been in contact with for the past 3 days.
For the first time in 4 days, we are heading into just the small town here in Temrat. We are low on produce and drinking water, so we thought before things get even crazier, everything is closed, but some of the small shops are hopefully still open and selling that kind of thing, so off we go.
We didn't feel like bringing the big camera into the shop, but this is just a little supermarket, more of a convenience store. There's still lots of food here. There's a couple people wearing masks, but every other restaurant's closed, so it's kind of a weird vibe in town.
Definitely is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gonna get lots and lots of green pepper. It's basically my staple veggie. Sign up. Community is still kind.
Hey dude, we're also aware that the Prime Minister has sent planes for Canadians. We are trying to figure out what that means and the logistics for it, but nothing's really for certain. We're not just looking for leave, we are also, Beck and I are considering to leave the band.
So you may be sitting at home watching this going like, yeah, of course, get on that plane. But it's not really that simple. We are looking at all the options. The government is not giving us specifics on what time or where. And so we're starting to mull this over in our mind as to what this would look like, what city the planes would fly out of. We are registered with the Canadian government as Canadians abroad. So hopefully we'll get an email saying, hey, jump on the plane. And if we do get that email, then I think we might kick ourselves in the teeth if we don't listen.
Yeah. Best case scenario, we're back here picking up Trinity in like 2 months. But worst case scenario is that in 6 months' time, we're still in Morocco, right here, without like the support of our community back home, without speaking the language. in 60-degree heat. Like, it's just a totally different thing. And if we're like seeing how it's changed in 2 weeks' time, in 2 more weeks, and in 4 months, like, you have to think of how crazy different.
Sasha just said that the flights that Trudeau are sending as a rescue are not rescue flights. They're regular ones. You still have to pay to get on it. So
he's just sending more airplanes?
He's just sending more airplanes.
We cannot necessarily bring everyone back, but we will do as much as we can to help as many Canadians as possible.
So you're leaving us? I thought you just said how much you loved us.
I do, but I think we should all go.
You don't think we should go anymore?
Well, I don't want Lee to leave and then us not to go, and then we're like, oh my god, what have we done, Larry?
Leeless. That's tough.
Canada's saying they're sending repatriation flights, and they're sending one airplane with 450 seats for 4,500 people. How's that for help?
That's 10%.
Only 450 seats for 4,500 who are registered. And we're starting to think that because we have not received an email, it means that we're not going to be able to get on this 450 person flight. So then we're running the risk, like, are we freaking driving to Marrakesh right now or Casablanca, cleaning out our van, eating all the food that we have, because we're like...
And Oreos.
Anyways.
Most importantly.
We've developed a bad habit.
Yeah, so somebody... Oh, whoa! The guy behind the camera is the true sugar addict. Let's be real here.
Yeah. I should grab some chocolate.
What?
So we were able to find this flight because Larry got an email from somebody who works at the embassy who...
Works for the RCMP.
Sorry, he works for the RCMP. And it's the email we've all been waiting for. It's how you get on this flight. It's like
we
the
didn't actually
promotion
get
code.
it.
And we didn't get it, but because of this hookup, so shout out to Dom.
Whatever. And what is this? What?
Okay, he says it's going to be a $200 flight, probably because, like, oh, Canada's helping you out. It's $1,300.
He didn't say that. It's in the
Oh,
email.
no. Sorry. Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
Is it still available to buy, though, Lee?
It is right now.
Let's go. Let's book it.
Yeah?
You think?
You don't think so?
I don't know.
Like, I'm just freaked. Oh, good.
My opinion is that we didn't get this email because we didn't register quick enough.
Yeah.
So if we can get a ticket on this plane, this might be the only
But
chance.
what are they going to do with, like, the thousands of other Canadians who are supposed
Oh, there's free cancellation within 24 hours. We can just book it and potentially cancel.
I don't think the internet's freaking working.
Email Patrick Fitzgerald.
Oh, fun.
So if the thing's at 6, we need to be there too.
We just booked a flight home.
Oh, wait, there's a positive. I've never once been able to say I'd like a vegetarian meal that has no dairy.
Really?
Never.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't think I've
I
never
am
like
looking forward
properly
to the
booked
meal.
through Air Canada like that before.
But more importantly, guys, what do I do with the one wheel? I honestly don't know where to start though. Like, you're gonna do clothes?
This is what matters, right? The memories? Right?
Right. Oh, wow, you guys have a lot of clothes when you pull it out like that.
Yeah, I know, right? Who knew we had so much stuff, huh?
All right, reporting in on the countdown to flying out of Morocco. It is now 1 a.m. Our flight leaves at 5, so we've got a 4-hour sleep.
No.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Our flight leaves at...
No, we're getting up at 5, dude. You know what I mean.
Yeah, true.
And we are catching, hopefully, a ride. We're driving a Casablanca. We'll see you tomorrow. And good morning, everybody. It's been a pretty uneventful morning until now. A couple police stops, but no one's really bothering us. Although there was a pylon in the middle of the road, and Larry full sent it right into it.
I hit the cone.
Yeah, but you're good.
I'm good.
Should I slow down a bit?
Nope, I'm good.
Can't keep up to the old sprinter, eh, bud? just gonna put in. Should I put in a couple hundred? Bonjour. Ça va? Another one? Bonjour.
That we never see sponsors trace. Oh, says 16.
Says this is the spot. It's no problem to stay 6 months.
Oh, this one right here.
But it's 40 dirham a day.
Uh-huh.
What is that times
4 euros
30?
times. This is not.
120 euro a month.
It's been some time since you
I
ran
know.
away. Girl, we were one of a kind.
No.
You said you got nothing left to say, but I could call anytime. I didn't really believe you when you told me we were fine. Girl, I just wanted to see you. If I could only turn back time.
Got basically a full tank of water, so this is a very rare sight, but I think it's best to ditch the water. More? Come back. What
We
else
have-
are you giving them?
Oh, we have these potatoes over here. That's nice. At least somebody's getting food.
Yeah.
They're all coming out. Come on.
Come on, the gringos are giving away free food.
Eamon, do you want to keep your orange Gina?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
No way, man.
Yeah.
We'll bring it to the airport.
You want? We have food we gotta give away. Okay?
Jackie?
Go in. Might be the last time you guys see these shots for a while. Oh, this is not easy, but I think we're as prepared as we're gonna be. And anything we've forgotten, hopefully we'll see it in a few months. At least they're using a lot of soap on the floor.
There's two lines. Both of them are equally as long. One of people who secured tickets last night, and the other people who were trying to get the tickets got the email but weren't able to book. So I think it's going to be an absolutely full plane, obviously, and we're just feeling very, very grateful that we took action when we had the chance.
I know this vlog's kind of updatey, but we got a cart.
There have been a lot of signs that this is the right move. We just got an email from our insurance company who 3 days ago said there was no problem in insuring our health coverage while we were still here. I just got an email now that said we are no longer covered because we are so urged to come home. So we're doing the right thing.
We're going into customs and second security.
What's your seat number?
We're now waiting at the gate. We were expecting a health check, which never really happened.
Apparently
Did
it
anyone
happens
ask you
when
anything?
No, but apparently it happens when you land in Canada, and if you have any symptoms, then they quarantine you properly in Canada. But at least you're in Canada. So even if we pick it up on the plane, hey, we're in Canada. Let's go.
Catch it.
Oh.
I know we're not on the plane yet, but I just want to reiterate how grateful I'm feeling to be in this position.
Be able to go home.
It's feeling good. That's it. No. We're going home. We're going home.
Overhead bins towards the back of the aircraft are now full. If you're passing an overhead bin on the way to your seat, with safe.
Good morning, comrades.
Good morning.
Well, we didn't sleep. Well, I didn't sleep. Well, I don't know. I didn't sleep well. You guys slept well?
Baby, you were working hard. You got a video done, edited.
Yeah, we got the new video out.
Now we're going to the airport because we're getting on another flight to Toronto.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let you vlog today. I literally can't think.
Okay.
They've sent us the world's smallest Uber. Back at the airport. Hey, buddy.
Tastes terrible.
That shitty tap water.
No, it's like warm water. It's warm. It means that was a cool tap.
We've decided that we are going to quarantine together.
Of course, 3 of us are a throuple.
We're not officially a throuple yet, but there are some conspiracy theories. We are going to stay at Lee's place and quarantine for 2 weeks after. Am I talking really slow?
Yeah, you're merged. Just to summarize what Amy's trying to say there is, we know how important it is that we've probably come into contact with the virus, and anyone we see, we could potentially spread it on and spread. So we are going to quarantine at Lee's parents' place because they have a separate basement, and we won't be seeing them or touching them. I think we have to cut this scene. Anyways, you'll see. Let's just say we're on our way to Toronto, and then it's fun to see where we end up. You don't have to give them all the deets. We're going to Toronto, folks.
Should we cut the vlog here?
No. We got a toast with Shaz and Will. They're going to be up on the porch.
Oh, nice.
It's a long day, living in the cedar. There's a freeway running through the yard.
Sing it, girl.
Bad boy,
Come on.
don't even miss her.
Turn it up.
Bad boy,
Sing it again now.
breaking her heart.
Free concerts down at the Trudeau Airport. All right, and the squad is splitting. We actually had a delayed flight, or they had a problem with the flight, so we're changing over to a different gate. And this is where we say goodbye to Lair Bear.
Get it.
Guys, go check out Larry Edward. He's going to be the next John Mayer. He's an amazing musician. It's great to catch up with you and meet you, dude.
Dude, amazing.
We'll be connecting soon when we're back in Morocco.
We're gonna write a song
together.
Hold them to it.
Yeah, I'm super down. I'm sure you guys love that little serenation session Beck and I spit on you from last episode. Air Canada might be losing money on this one, huh?
Everyone's losing money these days.
That's true. Thank you very much. Bonjour. Ça va? Oh, we got a full flight here, Holly.
I'm just going to take this one. There's too many options. It takes forever to board this plane. Where are you going? Over here? Oh, and you're going to pull all your stuff there?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go one behind.
Lee, you can just put me on a seat, dude.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard Air Canada Express flight number 7971, destination Toronto City Centre.
You might not know if you're not from Toronto, but we actually have a little airport on the island, and it's pretty clutch because it's right downtown, so that's where we're landing. So it feels pretty cool when you're coming in. We're hovering right above the ocean. Lake. Thank you. All right, guys, welcome to T-Dot, baby. We're home.
Oh, it's chilly.
Hey, how you doing?
I forgot for a second. I was supposed to come do that.
The quarantine starts now. We can't even touch Most Speed 9. How you doing, bro? Are you not filming again? You are fired. Elliot comes back to Canada and she just drops the ball.
All right, Lee's going to drive us home to Barrie. It's only an hour and 5 minutes from here because it's green all the way, no traffic. See you there. Wow.
What's up, boy?
14 days.
Oh, no.
Time to
Where's the beach? I don't see the beach.
Hi guys. Hello. Stay back. We're under quarantine.
You are?
Yeah.
Damn it, Grandpa's kind of really boring.
So cozy.
Oh, it's got a flower.
Oh, wow. Hook up with the blend tech, with the cashew.
I don't know what to do
good.
first. I'm so excited. I wanted to show you the bathroom and go into the bathroom and do that.
What?
Cheers to
Quarantine
quarantine. Nobody I'd rather spend these 2 weeks with.
Ready for a dinner party? Hey guys, we're in the hallway waiting.
Oh, can you come here? You can't go up there. Telephone. I'm not going to touch the bottom light switch or you. Aki, come on. You don't do the light, I'll do okay. You guys go have your own.
Good morning from quarantine, where the alarm goes off. My 2 million will get up. Hello, it's me. Time to get the day started. So before we do anything, before we check our phones, before we kind of get ready for the day, we have breakfast. I make breakfast.
That's a strong one. Record mode. Velodrome mode.
We're back to the porridge to cook. This is the last thing we do before checking our phones. So it's sort of setting the structure for the day. So I try and write one piece of gratitude and 3 priorities for the day, whether that's doing a ride on Zwift or clearing one particular email inbox. I have 3. And it just helps keep some sense of normality, otherwise you can kind of float through the day. And then, yeah, between making breakfast, doing journaling and setting up for the day, and then it's time to get our phones and check in and see what's happened overnight, because at the moment it's changing every day, which is pretty crazy, but it's like that for everyone. So this is foolproof cooking. This is a new toy.
You're saying you're the fool?
No, I'm just saying I bought the Thermomix thinking I'd be quite a busy year because I was back working full time. So I was like, I need a Thermomix because I need to still be able to cook and prepare meals. And then I lost my job, so I've got more time now. But we still have the Thermomix, so we're still figuring out how to use it. It sings to you when it's ready.
That's green.
It's got zucchini in it.
Fill her up.
Everyone's going to say this looks like slop.
Does look like slop.
What's that green slop?
Because you're not sweet enough.
Oh, God.
The thing about Chanel's porridge or bircher or anything is since day one of our relationship, she's insisted on putting zucchini in it. Now, zucchini, for just about everyone watching this, courgette. Funny, because when Chanel sent me to do the shopping one for the first time, the list may as well have been in French because I didn't understand half of it. There was zucchini, wasn't there? There was kumara, that's a sweet potato. Capsicum, that's like a pepper. Pig's peanut butter, that's a brand though. I was like literally Googling what capsicum was in the supermarket.
How did you get to age? What were you then? What,
It's a red pepper. It's a red or yellow
I
pepper.
do not know what a capsicum is.
It's a pepper. Anyway, breakfast time. And this is normally the point as well where Chanel goes, don't eat it, don't touch it yet, do not touch it, because I've got to take a picture of it for the gram.
We'll give that one a miss.
No, I disagree. That could be your subject. Be like, looks like slop, isn't slop.
We'll be like, I don't want to make slop.
After the debate, look what we're doing.
Daily dose of porridge. Today we have green slop.
Whilst we got this, I've taken this whole 2-week quarantine thing as a real opportunity to work on something better than I have been before, which has been, I'd say throughout my whole career, the one thing I've struggled with is nutrition, and that goes right back to the academy when I was an under-23, where it all started with, I was basically copying what Swifty was doing when we were on the academy, and I wasn't finishing a race, wasn't finishing one. And Rod Ellingworth was like, maybe you just need to lose a little bit of weight. Or maybe it looks like the problem, because it was always hills that were ending my aspirations of doing well, which still is the case. And then I lost 3 kilos. Rod was like, just swap out lunch every second day for fruit and yogurt. So I lost 3 kilos. I went from not finishing a race to finishing and running top 20 sometimes. So then it was like, there's another 3 kilos, and I'll be winning this. And it doesn't work like that. And when overboard, and then the following year, just weight became the sole focus of training, and it really compromised training, and had a shocker of a year the following year, which I salvaged at the end. Anyway, long story short, it's just something I've struggled with, because as soon as I feel like I'm getting light, I panic. After one bad day, I panic, and then come back and inhale the fridge. And it's amazing how teams don't support you through this sometimes, actually. I think everyone thinks on the outside pro teams are glitzy and glam, and a lot of them are, or some of them are, but some of them just offer you zero support. And whenever I've joined a new team, I've been like, can you help me, because this is something I really struggle with. And they're like, just eat less. I'm like, it's not really help. However, Israel Startup Nation and Team GB this year have been phenomenal, and it's something we've really got nailed down. So this 2 weeks, I've seen it as an opportunity, we can have full control over what goes in and what goes out, because everything is data and tracked. And with that Thermomix machine as well, we know precise numbers, so I can run a slight deficit every day to try and lose weight without compromising training, because at the end of the day, I'm a power guy, so I need that there. But as a lot of people tell me on the internet, I think there's times I can lose a little bit of weight. I think the most common one is if he'd lost 5 to 7 kilos. If I lost 5 to 7 kilos, I'd possibly win the Tour de France if it happens this year.
I think preempting another question though, what are you training for? What are you're watching your weight, and you're gonna lose weight, and you're really fit and lean, but what are you actually training for?
I guess for you, I enjoy the training process. This whole period of I think people fizz off of racing. I love racing, but I like being ready for a race, and I feel like I do that best with training, not with. I don't feel like racing brings me on. Certainly not races like UAE Tour, because they're painfully easy until the last sort of.
If it was painfully easy, why didn't you win it?
Because the bit that isn't painfully easy is where you win and lose the race, and it's painfully difficult. My job isn't to win. My job's to help teammates win. So I'm just using this to prepare for whatever is next, whenever that may be, but actually just try and use it to be better than I was before, knowing that I think some people may well go off the rails in this period as well. Looking at Rowan Dennis's Instagram, I think he might be quite close. I'm joking, he looks like he's on the rollers, turbo, all the time, constantly. They might even do Zwift World Champs this year. I would lose. I did a group ride last night, It wasn't a group ride, that was a race, and I finished 20th out of 312. But none of them knew that I was altitude, and Zwift doesn't account for altitude.
What's the plan now? We've had breakfast. You've done the dishes, because that's the deal at our house. If I cook, Alex does the dishes. What are you going to do now? Okay.
3 hours.
Ooh, 3 hours on the turbo.
Might spread it into like I did yesterday, 2 and 1 on the time trial bike.
Ooh.
And I'll need to stretch.
There you go. There's your structure to your day.
And then lunch. Yeah, it's a pretty busy day. And then there's lunch. And then, I don't even, what day of the week is it?
Doesn't matter.
Well, on today's day of the week, it's Gran Turismo race night. Nations Cup, so you represent your country. That'll probably take up a couple of hours this evening, at least, to try and...
I'm just going to show people what I have to put up with because of this hobby of yours. This was the biggest argument we've ever had, but... So this is a PlayStation race chair, and as you can see, our apartment is pretty small. There's not a lot of room here.
We have 55 square metres, and I was happy that this would take up one of them.
I was not happy that this would take up one of them. So it doesn't normally live in here. It normally lives in the bike room, which is here. But the bike room at the moment, again, because we've got the time trial bike, Alex's bike, and my bike, there's just not much room to put anything else. So the PlayStation chair lives in our hallway.
You received a lot of stick on the Lanzarote vlog for your hair.
Someone literally said, "Did you touch electricity?" This is my natural hair, and I've decided for 2 weeks I'm just not going to wear
Your hair's naturally that colour.
Maybe not this colour. And I'm not wearing makeup or doing my hair for 2 weeks. Lucky you. Are you going to be 3x2 for the call?
Oh, unless I do a 2 and a 1.
You won't have to, because I did say you were jumping on that call.
Okay.
Emails. Call about Alex's charity. I'm going to do some baking. Probably some more emails. And then I will be transcoding a lot of footage so we can keep making these YouTube videos. How mad would you be if I tickled your foot right now?
I'd kick you. I wouldn't feel bad about it. Oh, I'm on a tax turbo trainer because Israel Startup Nation sponsored by Elite, but I was going to get one. But then coronavirus happened, so that sort of put an end to it. But, you know, we've got a Wahoo kicker here as well for Chanel. We're well sorted when it comes to smart trainers.
And this is a good little room, actually, because you get the nice cold air coming in.
I found a 90k loop to do on Zwift.
Have fun.
I will.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye. Welcome to my office. Here we are. Welcome. This is apartment living and this is isolation living. There's this amazing app called House Party, which is kind of keeping us sane at the moment. Oh, there she is! I haven't worked it out. I feel like such a boomer. I'm like, what does it do? Yeah, busy day stacked. Do you want to be? We're doing a day in the life vlog. That's Caitlin. Caitlin is only 100 meters up the road, but we are distanced at the moment, so we're just gonna make do with screen time. So I said in our Lanzarote vlog, I had recently started a full-time job, and it was all done remotely, so it was perfect because it meant it fit in with our lifestyle. But as a result of COVID, pretty quickly, that freelance role was just established along with, there was a few other people in the team as well. So it's affecting everyone, and I'm lucky I still do 1 day a week for another company in London. And between that and then obviously everything we're trying to do with Thighs Club, I work in with Little Bleeders, which is Alex's charity, and just general admin. Don't know if you've ever got to that point where your email inbox is like, it just makes me feel sick every time I look at it. So today one of my priorities was to clear half of at least one inbox, and then it'll be time to make lunch. And then we're doing this call for little bleeders this afternoon, and then after that I'll do another 90 minutes. Even what you see on YouTube and what you see on social, like there's still a fair bit of time that gets spent transcoding all this footage to then make sure it's in a good enough place to be edited, it's taking photos, it's coming up with content, which at the moment is riveting. Clearly I'm here talking to you about my email inbox, so I hope that you're having a far more interesting day. Maybe if you're watching this you're having a break from your work and I need to figure out what we're making for lunch, so that's just this little reprieve for midday. I'm gonna go bother Alex in the bike room.
Cool. What a day we've picked to do our day in the life, because it's just been announced that the Olympics has been postponed a year. So my main focus for this year has been delayed. Not quite sure what I'm training for now. We had a phone call. The last couple of hours it's been very productive. We had a phone call with the team at Little Bleeders and with the Haemophilia Society to work out how we can all work together in these times to support. Because this is the thing, the hospitals are focusing fully on COVID right now, and actually, what happens if a haemophiliac still needs treatment or help, or there's a whole host of medical conditions still go on, so it's how we can best support the community there. So that was one conversation. Then chatted with my doctor Dan Hart about my haemophilia and this just managing risk, because a lot of my treatment is risk based, and I can give it a good go, but falling off a turbo trainer is highly unlikely. And actually riding a turbo trainer now might even be reduced just for sanity, because Olympics has been postponed. What a 3 hours it's been.
I'm just thinking with your haemophilia, I can't squeeze you and hit you.
Well, I'm still taking my treatment. But yeah, we are now... I haven't had beer or chocolate since January 1st, and we have both.
I had an emergency supply, just in case.
Within these four walls, so... is now the time to crack into that?
Or is it going to break? You don't even feel like it though.
I kind of do now. I kind of do. It's like, do I then have it to then not? So many questions.
The thing is, though, once it's gone, we can't get any more for another 12 days. So we can't go to supermarket.
We'd best eat it all today then.
All 5 blocks.
Yeah.
And you're debating whether you're going to do an hour now on Zwift?
Well, the plan was 2 hours yesterday and 1 hour and 3 hours today. I did 3 hours yesterday. So do I do 2? I've done 2 hours already today. So do I do the other hour, or do I get the PlayStation seat out?
It's so noisy.
Typical. I need to get headphones for it.
You really do. Yeah. Because where do I go while you use the PlayStation chair? Can't go outside. Go sit in the hallway. Go sit in the bike room. I could do a session with it.
Yeah, it's about time you pulled your finger out and did some exercise.
Oh, excuse me. You've made all the meals today, and I've done a lot of our personal admin and your charity admin.
Why is this thing shaking? Look at it go.
Anyway, we'll update soon.
Yeah.
Riveting.
Chanel's insisted she wants to work out today, so what are we calling you? Recreational, regular, dedicated, or
custom? Excuse
custom?
Why are you being so extra? Why are you coming so close?
It's a very weird day.
It's going to be all the weird days.
Yeah. Well, come on, I'll follow you. Back to the bike room.
This is my bike, and this is my... Are these my teammates?
No, this is just other people that are waiting to go and procrastinating.
Hello, friends. I'm not going to ride like this, although it would be quite comfy.
It would not, chafing.
And I'm going to try to set up a group ride for tomorrow.
Hold your horses. I haven't even been on Zwift yet, setting up a group ride. It's a bit like your Strava club. Never
riding with friends.
Never recorded anything to Strava.
But I've got a Strava club and we're all friends on it. And there's a leaderboard and everything.
And there's one out there who's never posted a ride.
I don't need to personally. I just like seeing what everyone else does.
Yeah.
So with Zwift, I'm going to see what I can do. Do I need to bother wearing a cycling top?
Depends how cold you are in there.
Probably not. I will, however, be taking the Louis Vuitton cycling kit.
Yeah.
What possessed you to get a cap like this?
What wouldn't possess me to get a cap like that?
The worst thing is you need to find it up with a Gucci one.
Yeah. I'm not sure
So
they're
you could
real.
be.
I'm not sure they're real.
You could be proper Essex.
Sure. If they are real, they were a hell of a bargain.
And I got this was the first ever kit I ever had.
Yeah.
So I might just wear that. Or the New Zealand kit.
Or yeah, full blown Patreon. So and the plus side of Chanel getting on Zwift, me forcing Chanel onto Zwift, is that I get a play seat, and that is a Thrustmaster steering wheel, which is just
No one wants to hear about your setup.
real interesting choices of names for gaming products. Thrustmaster, they didn't think that one through, and play seat as well. Anyway, lots of fun. And whilst Chanel's Zwifting, we'll be racing cars. Bye. All done?
Yeah.
How'd you go?
I got 4 stars.
Well, this is your numbers.
Okay.
You did, that's your 5 minutes, your 20 minutes. Oh, and by the way, we can start changing how you look on here. So we got standard orange.
How do you unlock them? You got to do certain amounts of rides.
Yeah, just lots of rides. Oh, what are we going to look like?
Oh, definitely dreadlocks.
I feel like that's more you.
And no socks, obviously. I don't know if I want to share it with people.
Yeah. Oh, you did 180 beats a minute. You did work hard.
Figure.
Okay, finish. Oh. Ooh. Okay, finish 90 minutes of workout. 60 minutes sweet spot divided to 20 minutes for 3 times with an interval of 7 minutes. So yeah, that's it for today. See you guys tomorrow. So I'll be riding tomorrow, so see you guys again tomorrow. Bye bye.